when it's your partner, I can't run that same excuse. I'm tired. I can't run, you know, my mother asked me to clean chicken. She asked me to wash the beans today. I'm not going to be able to come. I can't be doing that one. Eventually, the cat's going to come out the bag. The jig will be up. Okay? I quit. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome back. So what are we chatting about today? So I basically was thinking back on just like certain things obviously I wanted to talk about on my channel. I remember one of them being basically how people always say relationships are not roses and daisies, it's hard work, you know, this enjoyment, but it's also difficult, like you've got the hard parts of it, yada yada yada. Basically, when I was having a conversation with one of my girls one time, I think I must have made the comment about how, you know, your relationship really holds a mirror up to yourself and lets you know a lot of things about yourself that maybe you necessarily didn't know, or maybe on such a bigger scale, or you didn't realize like how significant it was, or anything like in regards to like characteristics and stuff about yourself. And I remember she came back at me and she was like, stuff like what? And I was like, you know what, that's a very good question, because it reminded me of like when I was single, because this is my first proper relationship that I've been in. So, and people always say to me, like friends, older like cousins, sisters, would be like, yeah, you know, relationships are not easy, blah blah blah. And I'll always be like, yeah, but what does that mean? Like what does not easy mean? Like, what are you trying to tell me? For somebody who is single, has never been in a relationship before, and never had to like go through the committed stages of what a relationship entails, you're like speaking gibberish to them. Like, they don't know what that means. Do you know what I mean? It's like, give me the questions that come up on the test, you know, give me a cheat sheet so that I can at least know what's coming, because you just telling me it's going to be difficult, or there's going to be challenges, or you're going to find out so much stuff about yourself or whatever, that's not really going to help me. Do you know what I mean? So basically, I just thought I would run through this. Probably gonna be a short video, well, we'll see, but just on like what people may mean when they say relationships are not roses and daisies, like a bit more into the nitty gritty of what you kind of find out in a relationship that maybe people that are single or never been in one would actually know. It'll be like, oh right, I would never have thought that's something that I would just happen or discover in a relationship. Do you know what I mean? Rather than clouding it all under the umbrella of it's not easy, you know, you really have to get to know each other, you learn about yourself. Thank you. But what does that mean? Okay, so I'm trying to think from where I should start. Okay, so I would say personally, I feel like a mirror gets held up to you in a relationship. So I feel like you see yourself properly for the first time. I feel there's a lot of things about yourself that I always say that your friends and family will tolerate or not really make a big deal out that you have this personality trait or this characteristic, because they love you because of the years and bonds you guys have had together, that it's not even a thing for them no more. Whereas in a relationship your partner will be like, I don't have to take this, I do not have to take this. Like, one thing is, us millennials, we do not have endurance. My parents scream this all the time. They're like, you don't have endurance, you can't endure. And sometimes I think it's a great thing, and sometimes I think it's actually, you know, it's a shame that, you know, we don't know how to endure as much as our parents do. But I do think it's a good thing as well, because we also know that I don't have to suffer, I don't have to beg for bread, because in this life I'm all right. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to sit here and beg for bread or be trampled on, be spoken to like an idiot. I think I'm going to sit here, but in the same breath, you also need to know that not anything in life comes easy. And so sometimes it's just worth a conversation. Sometimes you just need to communicate. You know, it's not every day, I'm gonna live, I'm walking out. Do you know what I mean? That's it. I just feel like us lot, we're so fast to be like, this is not working, I've got to go, this is not working, okay, we're arguing, okay, then it's time to leave then, isn't it? So, and I think a lot of us can have that mentality and not really know it, especially people that have never been in a relationship. First argument, you're just like, this is not working then, is it? This is, this is not how it, and it's like, no babe, we're just having a normal disagreement because we are two different people from two different backgrounds, from two different homes, raised completely differently, two different life experiences. Yes, we are going to butt heads sometimes, and that is okay. Like, it's almost like when people say you butt head with your friends, right? Do you stop being friends the next day? Like, oh, this friendship's not going to work out then, innit? You disagree and you move on. Do you know what I mean? So it's the same thing, just in a romantic sense, you know? So yeah, you align on a lot of things, but it's not everything you even view the same or align on. As long as it's not major things, you know, that's fine. But back to what I'm talking about, the topic of the video, I just feel like, yes, a mirror gets held up to you just to, in terms of learning a lot more about yourself. I'll give an example. I'll give a personal example so that it can make sense. So a lot of girls, I think, can relate to this. I grew up very, very, very independent. My mum raised me to be an independent young lady, and she did the same for my older sister. I know she did the same for like my younger brother as well, but she raised us, especially me and my sister, to be very independent. She hammered into us, don't ever need a man for anything. Like, as in, you love your husband and, you know, you have a great marriage, you know, when that person comes, but it shouldn't be like this person is the be all and savior of your whole life, that you can't do nothing or function without them. You will be a complete whole person in this situation, outside this situation, because you cannot afford for your lifeline to be on a man. It's just not possible. So that was like my mum's mantra for us. So being like that for how many years, and then getting into a relationship with somebody who's also an alpha male, you know, and, you know, like, they want to help you, they want you to do well in life. Do you know what I mean? They have other ideas, other ideologies on the way you can achieve things you want to achieve. You can find yourself being like, I don't need your help, okay? I got this far without you, so I'll need you. And it's kind of mad, because you do need that person. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're going to build together and build a life together, you will need each other for certain things. You both have strengths, you both have weaknesses, and you're going to complement each other on where one is weak and where one is strong. Like, you have to be willing to accept your partner's strengths and let them help you where they can help you. And I think a lot of girls always just like, guys don't want to let girls in. That's usually what we say, that, you know, guys don't want to let me help him, he doesn't want to let me in, I want to help him with his emotional traumas and burdens. Well, us girls are the same, vice versa, but in terms of, like, I would say maybe career goals or our personal hobbies and side hustles, that things that we're like, yeah, my mum's taught me how to be a boss and manage myself, and I don't need no man to come and tell me how to balance my books, or how I should do this on the side, or maybe I should wake up early in the morning to, I'll figure out myself, I got this, okay? We're very much like that, and that's just because the way our parents raised us, especially a lot of us black girls, is you do this for yourself, you've got this. Do you know what I mean? So I think sometimes that can definitely make being in a relationship a bit of a struggle. Like, you have to find that balance of, yes, I'm still independent, yes, I still do a lot of things for myself, I'm my own, you know, my own boss, but this person is in my life to help me, just like I'm gonna have to help him in certain things as well. I'm gonna have to support him in certain things, just like he needs to be able to support me. And it's like, how can this person help me if I won't allow them to help me? In a way, it's like them trying to help you is a form of love, and you're not accepting that love. You're basically, every time they're trying to give it to you, you're pushing it away, telling them no, and you think you're just basically saying, no, I just want to be independent, I just want to do this for myself. But they're like, but I can help you in this, I can help you. It's like looking at somebody doing like a really hard puzzle, and you're thinking, I know the move you need to do to basically complete this thing, and it'll all just be, you know, it'll be done, it'll be like, rah, finished, complete. But because you're so determined to do it by yourself, you refuse to take that help, you refuse to get that assistance. Something that could have been done in literally 5 minutes, you're ready to now take, what, 5 years for something to get to this point, because you refuse to accept help. Obviously 5 years is an exaggeration, but what I mean is the process is taking you longer because you're so determined to get there on your own. And it's like, but this person wants to help you. So in that sense, I would say definitely, like, that's something you realize in a relationship, that you realize how, I think a lot of girls anyway will realize how independent you are, because you've had to be by yourself and do everything for yourself before this guy came along. You don't realize that you are so independent to the point where you actually take almost the help of a man as an insult. And that's something that will definitely be an issue in a relationship, you know, that you'll know that as a girl, you need to, you know, take a little step back, receive the help, receive the, you know, support, you know, because it's coming from love, it's coming from a good place. Do you know what I mean? So And that's something that's going to help your relationship grow, and it's going to get you to where you're trying to get to as well. And the same will be vice versa for them. So that's definitely one thing. What else? Child, your patience gets tested. Oh, child, I don't have patience. Let me tell you now, I don't have patience. If you know me, my girls know me, yeah. I used to say in uni, I'm praying to God for patience. I literally left uni and I told the girls, I've redacted that prayer point because I don't believe patience is my portion. Do you understand? I said, God doesn't want me to have patience. He just knows I'm not a patient person. Do you know what I mean? So he knows that I just have to struggle my way through when I need patience, but I got it. My boyfriend hates that and he speaks against it every day. So don't be saying that to yourself. You'll learn patience. I'm just like, yeah. I'm not a patient person. I'm very impatient. I've accepted it about myself, but I've learned that in life, I have to manage that, because in life, there will be things that will make me be patient. And boy, oh boy, will a relationship try your patience, where many times you'll be like, this is not working then. It's like, I gotta get out. And it's like, no, you just need patience, relax, you know? Farabale. It's just like, oh my gosh. So I'll definitely say, yeah, your patience gets tested. So what did I say? I said your mirror gets held up to you. You learn about characteristics and flaws that you realize that were really annoying traits that people have just allowed you to get away with, that you realize that maybe this is actually a very positive trait that I need to work on. Number 2, you realize that maybe I do need support. I do need help, and this person is doing it out of love, and I need to be able to receive the strengths that they have that can help my weaknesses for me to grow and be better. You learn that, yeah, I need patience. I need to really be patient with this nigga. You learn to pick your battles. This is what I think a lot of people have definitely probably said to people, I guess, as maybe an obvious one in relationships, that yes, you will learn to pick your battles. Oh my, like, it's not every little thing you fight about, not every little thing you get annoyed about. Some things, it's really just roll your eyes on the other side of that phone and just keep it moving, because it is not worth an argument. It's not worth the stress. It's not worth the high rate. It's just not worth it, especially if you had such a nice day and you're thinking, you know what, I want to keep the nice day energy that I had. I want nothing to do with this day. And you have to ask yourself, is this argument I'm going to start worth effing up my mood? If it's not, let me close it up. Do you understand? Let me close it up, because it's not worth it. Because when I tell you, you'll be going to bed with your chest fuming. You're seeing red. Like, you can't even sleep. So it's like, and then you're thinking, why did I open my big mouth and start this? Because I've started it, I'm the one that's getting stressed about, because now I'm irritated. I should have just let this go. I should have let it go. So yeah, knowing how to pick your battles and learning how to let things go. What else is there? I wrote a few things down, obviously, because I knew there's quite a few things that I've definitely learned. Yeah, I think that's, I've said you'll learn that no man is an island, and I definitely think that ties into the support thing, that you learn that you actually need your partner's help. You need their support where they're ready to offer it, and I think you should accept it, do you know what I mean, for the benefit of yourself and your relationship. And I think one other thing I would say is, in regards to when you're in a relationship with a guy, like, their guys' egos is something I think you get really introduced to in a relationship. Like, their egos are huge. Like, they really, there's something about, they have this pride, and the girlfriend is part of that pride. Do you know what I mean? They want their chest to flex and their chest to be tall, and certain things you feel like are not that deep will be really deep to them. Do you know what I mean? Like, just the way you carry yourself, or a conversation you might have had, or the way you done something on social media. It's not a big deal to you, but to them it's like, it's almost like how people say you are your brand, and whatever you do, it's gonna affect your own brand. That's how they see it, as we are a brand. This relationship is a brand, and whatever you do affects the brand in its entirety. So it comes back on me as well. So you need to think twice before you do things. Oh my gosh, that's another one. Having to actually consider somebody else before you make decisions in life. Oh my gosh, Chineke Miller. I swear, that is probably the hardest thing I've had to do, is learn how to consider somebody else's feelings, opinions, everything. Like before we get into, like before I do something in my relationship, I have to think, oh, I need to check with thingy if this is okay. I need to ask, you know, if it's all right. And it's not that the person controls you, you can't make decisions about them. The funny thing is, you could even do what you still want to do even if the person didn't agree. The fact is, I have to consider you. I have to call you and let you know. We have to discuss this. Like, I don't just make a decision and run with it like I used to. I'm like, does this work out for Debs? Okay, yeah, we're going. Like, it's now like, oh wait guys, I have to check with this person. I have to ask if I've got plans. I have to, it's like, hey, it's like I'm balancing two diaries in my head. Oh my gosh. And before I make a big life decision as well, like things like seeing a job in another country and you're like, oh, I'm out. Then you think, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I need to see if that's something that's going to fit with this relationship, and whether or not I think this opportunity is so big where it's like, even if you don't understand, I'm going anyway. Like, these are the big things that can happen that you don't really deep in a relationship, that you actually realize when you're in it that, oh, okay. Okay. So I'll definitely say, yeah, that is one thing as well, having to learn to consult with somebody about certain things that you just didn't think. I just didn't see myself having to do this. It's always been a one-man show. Do you know what I mean? I've had this show. So now I have to, you know, it's now a two-man show kind of thing. So that's definitely another one. And one I'm sure people have, this one is subjective. I think being in a relationship is your pocket's gonna feel it, honey, you know. But I would definitely say that's subjective. It depends on the kind of relationship you have, depends on the kind of people you are. Some people are really low-key, do you know what I mean? So they don't do all this lavish and want to be going to Abu Dhabi and then be eating in Hakkasan and be going to Novikov, you know. And some people are like, we just do a Netflix and chill, that's us. So I feel like for you guys, and obviously, like, you know, you're not big on lavish luxurious gifts and stuff like that. But for my couples out here, because there's a lot of us as millennials, for my couples out here where we love the lavish, we love spa, we love you know, traveling, vacation, we love it, dining well, drinks, yeah, cinema with couch, sofa. Everything must be lavish, everything must be lush. It's like, for us ones, hey, relationships are not cheap. It gonna cost you a pretty penny, you know. And that's another thing. I think I'm gonna do actually a video on that separately. Relationship and finances. Ho. Because if you think you're gonna be in a relationship and not have to eventually discuss your finances, you must be bluffing. Because even if you won't tell your partner what you're earning or any of that stuff, because I don't think that's necessary, when you are going through the rut or when things are expensive, you're gonna have to open your mouth and talk, because if you don't, you're gonna find yourself in problem. And sometimes having the ability to even tell your partner that, you know, things are a bit tight right now, I can't, your whole body will just be shaking. You're thinking, I don't want to have to tell someone. When it's you by yourself, you know, you may be broke, I ain't gotta tell nobody. I tell my friends I don't feel like going out, I'm tired. Yeah, I'm tired, Custo, bro, leave me alone. When it's your partner, I can't run that same excuse, I'm tired. I can't run, you know, my mother asked me to clean chicken. She asked me to wash the beans today, I'm not going to be able to come. I can't be doing that one. Eventually, the cat's going to come out the bag, the jig will be up, okay? And I'm going to have to tell you the truth that, honey, I ain't got money right now. You know, my things are tight, things are expensive. Do you know what I mean? And that, you'll realise, is very difficult to have a conversation with, to somebody you're in a relationship with. Yeah, you can kiki kaka and laugh together. When it comes to the real stuff of saying something like that, that is such a personal, intimate thing for your own self. It's not easy to tell somebody that, you know, when it comes to money, that, yeah, it's not really where it should be right now, so we're gonna have to cut back on certain things, or I won't be able to do certain things, or, you know, the certain dates that we're used to, from my pockets, it can't happen right now. That's not an easy thing to say. Do you know what I mean? Especially in this day and age with the pressure of social media and everybody be doing, you know, lavish lifestyle relationship couple. I mean, we all goals out here, innit? So with the life we claim to be living, but so it's not easy. It's not at all. So I think I would even do a separate video on that in terms of relationships and money, because I definitely think relationships and money, that spills into like dating and money. And boy, do I have some things to say about dating and money. So yeah, I'll definitely do that in another video, but I want to keep these short and sweet. I don't want to be talking to you guys for hours and hours and hours, because I can, but I don't wanna. I think it's long and you're just gonna be sitting there thinking, okay, when's this girl gonna shut up? So yeah, I think that's cool. I think it's a nice 20-minute video. So yes, like, share, subscribe, and please come back to my channel and we'll keep up with my other videos. And yes, this is, see you guys in my next video. Bye.